Imagine opening a stock chart and seeing a stock that has been falling for weeks. Every rally is getting sold. News channels are bearish and most investors have already lost interest. Then almost out of nowhere, the stock reverses and starts a strong uptrend. It might look like luck, but in many cases the chart had already given any signal. One of the most reliable chart patterns that often appears before such reversals is the falling wedge pattern. Hello, and my name is Sakshi Dhamankar and welcome back to Strike. And in today's video, we'll not only understand what's a falling wedge, but also how it works, the psychology behind it, how to identify it correctly, how professional traders use it, and most importantly, which indicators you should combine it with to improve the probability of success. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to approach this pattern instead of simply memorizing its shape. So what exactly is a falling wedge pattern? A falling wedge is one of the most widely followed bullish chart patterns in technical analysis. It is formed when the price continues to make lower highs and lower lows, but unlike a normal downtrend, the two trend lines starts converging. In simple words, the stock is still falling, but the speed of the decline is slowly slowing down. Once buyers gain enough strength to push the price above the upper trend line, the pattern is considered complete and often marks the beginning of a fresh uptrend. Let's go towards the psychology behind the falling wedge pattern. Every chart pattern represents the battle between buyers and sellers, and the falling wedge is no different. Initially, sellers dominate the market. Every small rise is sold into and the sentiment remains negative. However, as the time passes, sellers begin losing momentum. Even though the price continues making new lows, each decline becomes smaller. This tells us that the demand is quietly returning to the market. During this phase, institutional investors often start accumulating positions while retail investors continue to believe the stock is weak. By the time the breakout finally happens, the balance of power has shifted. Buyers become more aggressive, short sellers rush to cover their positions, and momentum traders join the move. This combination often leads to the sharp rally after the breakout. How exactly can you identify a falling wedge pattern? Let's go towards that. Many traders misidentify this pattern, which often leads to poor trades. A falling wedge pattern has two downward sloping trend lines that gradually converge towards each other. The price should touch both the upper and the lower trend lines multiple times, showing that the pattern is well established. Most importantly, the breakout should happen above the upper trend line. Until that breakout occurs, the stock is still technically in a downward. One of the biggest mistakes traders make is assuming that the breakout will happen before it actually does. Remember, the pattern is only confirmed after the price closes above the resistance line. Bullish reversal versus bullish continuation. Where exactly does the falling wedge pattern appear? Let's go towards that. One interesting feature of the falling wedge is that it can appear in two different market conditions. Yes, you heard it right. The first is after a prolonged downtrend where it acts as a bullish reversal pattern. In this case, it signals that the selling pressure has weakened and the buyers may soon take control. The second is during an existing uptrend. Here, the falling wedge acts as a bullish continuation pattern. The stock temporarily connects within the wedge before eventually breaking out and continuing its original uptrend. Understanding where the pattern appears is important because it helps traders understand the larger market context also. Now let's go towards the importance of volume during a breakout. Price volume doesn't tell the complete story. Volume is equally important. During the formation of the falling wedge, trading volume usually decreases. This happens both buyers and the sellers become cautious as the price compresses within the pattern. However, when the breakout finally occurs, volumes should be increasing significantly. Rising volumes indicate strong buying participation and confirm the breakout is supported by genuine demand rather than short-term speculation. A breakout without volume is generally considered weaker and carries a higher probability of failure. Now, how to trade a falling wedge pattern is equally important, and let's go towards that. Once the breakout is confirmed, traders usually follow one of the two approaches. Aggressive traders enter immediately after the breakout candle closes above the resistance line. This allows them to capture the move early, but also exposes them to higher risk or false breakout. Conservative traders prefer waiting for a retest. Often after breaking above the resistance, the stock comes back to test the breakout. level before moving higher. If buyers successfully defend this level, it provides additional confirmation and reduces trading risk. Regardless of an entry style, having a predefined stop loss and target is essential before taking a trade. Let's understand the best indicators you can combine the falling wedge pattern with. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is relying only on a chart pattern. Professional traders always look for multiple confirmations before entering a trade. The first indicator to combine with a falling wedge is the relative strength index, or the RSI. If the price is making lower lows while RSI starts making higher lows, it creates a bullish divergence. This suggests that the momentum is improving even though the price still appears weak. Another universal indicator is the MACD. A bullish crossover near the breakout often confirms that the momentum is shifting in favor of the buyers. Moving averages such as the 20 EMA or the 50 EMA and the 200 DMA can also strengthen the setup. If the breakout happens above these important averages, it indicates that the trend itself is beginning to change. Support and resistance zones should never be ignored. A falling wedge forming near the support level generally has a higher probability of success than one forming randomly in the middle of a chart. Many traders also use Fibonacci retracement levels. If the wedge forms near the 38.2%, 50% or 61.8% retracement levels, it provides additional confluence. Finally, compare the stock with its benchmark index using a relative strength chart. If the stock starts outperforming the broader market before the breakout, it often indicates that the institutional money is already flowing into the stock. Now let's understand why sector strength and market trend matters. Even the best looking falling wedge can fail if the broader market is weak. For example, imagine a pharma stock giving a perfect breakout while the entire pharma sector is underperforming and Nifty itself is falling simply. In such a case, the probability of success decreases. On the other hand, if the pharma index itself is strong, the overall market is supportive and the individual stock forms a falling wedge, the chances of a successful trade increases significantly. This is why experienced traders always analyze the broader market, the sector, and then the individual stock. Let's go towards the important part: entry, stop loss, and target strategy. Once the breakout is confirmed, planning the trade becomes important. A stop loss is generally placed below the recent swing low or below the lower boundary of the wedge. This helps protect the capital if the breakout fails. Targets can be measured using previous resistance levels or by measuring the height of the wedge and projecting the same distance above the breakout point. However, traders should also trail their stop loss as the stock moves in their favor to protect their profits. Now let's go towards the common mistakes that the traders make. One common mistake is entering before the breakout. Many traders anticipate the move instead of waiting for the confirmation. Another mistake is ignoring the volume. A breakout supported by low volume is often less reliable. Some traders also forget to consider the overall market trend or the sector's strength. Even a technically perfect pattern can fail if the broader environment is unfavorable. Finally, many traders risk too much capital on a single trade. No chart pattern guarantees success, which is why proper position sizing and risk management remains critical. Now let's take a real-life example of a falling wedge pattern. In this chart, Vodafone Idea had given a classic falling wedge breakout on the weekly chart, signaling that the prolonged downtrend may be coming to an end. The breakout is backed by the stock reclaiming its 40-week EMA, indicating improving trend strength. Momentum indicators also support the bullish view. The RSI has moved above 50, reflecting strengthened buying momentum, while the MACD has also given a bullish crossover, suggesting that the buyers are gaining the control. Since the breakout, the stock has rallied over 100% and is now consolidating near its high, a healthy sign after a strong up move. If Vodafone Idea manages to sustain above this consolidating zone and break higher, it could signal the next leg of the uptrend. While no technical pattern guarantees future returns, the combination of a falling wedge breakout, EMA reclaims, RSI strength, and bullish MACD makes Vodafone Idea a stock worth keeping on the radar. Let's quickly understand the difference between the rising wedge versus the falling wedge. Rising wedge is a bearish, appears after uptrends, breaks downward, whereas the falling wedge is bullish, appears after downtrends, and breaks upwards. They are exactly mirror images of each other. The falling wedge is much more than just two converging trend lines on a chart. It represents a gradual shift in the market psychology where sellers begin losing control and buyers quietly regaining their confidence. But remember, no professional trader relies on a single indicator. The strongest trades happen when the falling wedge aligns with increasing volume, bullish RSI or MACD signals, strong sector performance, supportive market conditions, and disciplined risk management. If you start viewing chart patterns as a part of a large decision-making process rather than stand alone by signals, you will become far more confident and consistent trader. So the next time you spot a falling wedge on a chart, don't rush into the trade. Analyze the context, wait for confirmation, and let probability work in your favor. Comment below the video and tell us which next chart pattern do you want us to take. Thank you.